Okay, hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I am doing a 90-day update on taking creatine, experimenting with creatine, what my results have been, what I've noticed, and especially as a woman, has anything changed? Has anything fluctuated? Has my weight fluctuated? I want to talk about all of that in today's video, but I also need to go and get my second gym workout of the week in. So I'm going to take you along so you can also get sort of a little insight into what my gym workouts are looking like at the moment and how much I have also gone up in weight. So you're gonna come with me, we're gonna go and get ready and then head to the gym, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit more along the way. Okay, we are en route to the gym and I'll have to show you my outfit when we get there because it is like the brightest ever. And yeah, but I wanted to talk a little bit on the way because I got a lot of questions when I started taking creatine around like, did you do a loading phase? Did you experience bloating? Did you experience weight gain? I wanted to say that I've not done any of that, and I mostly wanted to go into it wanting to just be consistent with it and just consistently take 5 milligrams a day or 5 grams a day of Creapure. I take Create gummies. I have tried the powder and I do have like their travel sachets. I am just not the biggest fan of it. It's honestly like I've only taken it with water, and I definitely know that there are different ways that you can like mix it into other things because I've seen Gabriel do it. He does it like most days, and then some days he'll take the gummies. I just enjoy like doing the gummies because I feel like I look forward to that, and I am unfortunately just someone who like need something like that. And I'm the same with like my multivitamins and vitamin D, they're all gummies, and I just feel like I'm a kid at heart in that way, I guess. But I haven't done any like loading, never really did any loading, and I just wanted to aim for consistency first and foremost, and didn't really experience any like bloating, weight gain. I know that everyone's bodies are different, so I do want to preface with that, and I have gotten messages from women especially because I do think that it's, you know, as it's one of the most widely researched supplements, I think that there are so many benefits for women, and I think something like only 10% of women take it. There are just so many benefits to it that I want to talk about in this video. Okay, we just got to the gym. This is the outfit. Firstly, got these new Bose headphones from a very exciting event. I'm gonna put a photo of just how exciting it was. And I've got pink sports bra, shoes. We are just very brightly colored, but. All right, today is another full body workout, so let's go.
I know it's a little bit too much for sure. So cold, but we're always coming back for more. Egos in this wicked game, it's all for sure. Oh, I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it. Go ahead to let me smile from for all I care. Just wanna stay close, don't take that. Ain't gonna leave ya. Sabotage. You're a million. Explode every time you go and slam the door. Adore how we always end up on the floor. We know how to push the buttons to the core. I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it. Go ahead to let me smile from for all I care. Just wanna stay close, don't say bye. Ain't gonna leave.
Okay, workout done. Not gonna lie, I feel like I'm not making very much progress in the butt department, but I used to be pancake flat like runners typically have. But I feel like we're getting somewhere. There's something there. But I'm also on my period, and that is another portion of the video that I also want to talk about in relation to creatine. But let's get our stuff and head back and get some protein down. I always will upload it on Strava once I get some service. But if you ever want to see my workouts, I always upload, and I will leave a little username link here. Okay, let's go. Okay, we just finished at the gym and it is starting to rain a bit, but I did want to just quickly talk about, like, I tried to do a little close-up of the 10 kilogram weights, the dumbbells that I now can lift. Essentially, like, when I first started going to the gym as a runner, like, I mean, A, I had no idea what I was doing half the time, and B, I think I just shied away from the bigger weights, and I was just like worried that I was gonna, like, you know, my form was gonna be wrong, I was gonna hurt myself, so I always stuck to like the 5 or 6 kilogram weights to have like doubled in weights is pretty crazy. And I was speaking to someone I was speaking to, I think, Natasha at this event, this Beats event, and we were talking about creatine, and I was telling her about how, like, I started lifting heavier, and like, I'm not sure if that's just like actually an effect of taking creatine consistently, or if it's actually just like I, in my head, am like thinking like, well, I'm taking creatine, so of course I should be able to lift heavier. Yeah, that's, I think, like probably the top perk, I guess, like of what I've noticed in just like getting stronger. I also feel like my muscles are a lot fuller, and I don't know if you can tell in some of these like leg shots, but I feel like my muscles have muscles, and it's really crazy. And I feel like sometimes I see it in like running shots of me. It's just really cool. The second thing that I've really noticed is my like endurance overall, like my tempo runs and stuff just kind of feels smoother. I would definitely say that this kind of like ties in with my third point around just like quicker recovery times. I also think that something that doesn't really have to do with creatine is that I am just finally taking my easier runs easy. I kind of started to talk about it in my last video, but like I, like many, notoriously, like, we just take our easy runs way too hard. And so all of my easy runs would be like, heart rate would be like 150 to 160, and now I'm trying to aim for like 130 to 140, staying in zone 2. And like that, I think, plus creatine helping with recovery time just like allows me to, obviously, like, running slower to run fast is always really helpful. And I just feel like lately I've been able to like shift into a second gear in some of my track workouts and tempo workouts, and my workouts just feel a lot smoother. Before, sometimes I feel a little bit out of control, I'm not gonna lie, and like sometimes you want to run too fast too quickly in the beginning, and then you kind of lose gas throughout the workout. But I truly feel like I'm just feeling overall really better, not just in the gym, but also as a runner. And yeah, but overall, just feeling like really, really good. I know that a big thing that a lot of women watching might be wondering, and I want to talk about just like how I think it's affected like my cycles, my time of the month and everything. And like, not even just that, but also like how much it helps with like concentration and everything. But it is really starting to rain, so I'm gonna focus on getting home, and then I will chat to you guys when we are back. Okay, we are back home now, out of the rain, and I wanted to talk to you about, like, woman to woman, this is what creatine has meant for me and my menstrual cycle. And as you guys know, I track my cycle using an ultrahuman ring. Right now it's just got a little silicone cover just to make sure that it doesn't get any scratches, but that is the little ring, and I have found it to be really accurate in helping me track my cycle. I genuinely feel like it has helped me to some degree, and like, I don't think it's directly affected, say, like my menstrual cycle, because science basically says that creatine has no direct effects on your cycle. And I did do some research that I just wanted to pull up, because I obviously want to share only honest things. So creatine doesn't necessarily change your hormones, it doesn't shorten your luteal phase or stop PMS, but what it does improve is how your cells produce energy. So because creatine helps create more ATP, and by replenishing ATP, the energy currency in your muscles and brain kind of help women specifically, especially during the luteal phase when progesterone is higher. Your body relies more on fat metabolism and energy can feel lower, but creatine can act as an energy buffer. There's even research suggesting that creatine may help cognitive function and mood in women because your brain also uses creatine, and that can mean less PMS related brain fog and fatigue. So it's not necessarily a hormone hack, but it is a recovery and performance tool that can help training around your cycle way easier. I've been honest about like what my training has looked like, especially with a period, and I've been honest about like what race days look like, especially because like for some reason I always have my period around race day, and it always feels really frustrating because I think my body responds to stress a lot, and sometimes I feel like the biggest like dips in energy when it comes to my period and just like the cycle like right before my period. And I've shared about that on social media in relation to like having to cut sessions short and like having to basically just like completely change what I had planned for the day because I just don't have enough energy. And I feel like over time I'm slowly starting to notice that like even though I've been on my period this week, I felt like I had one of the strongest track workouts ever, and it definitely can be like correlated with like what day your track session falls on in your period for sure. But I just feel like overall it's definitely helped with like cognitive function. I mean, having just finished an MBA, now jumping into a new job, it's definitely obviously requiring a lot of cognitive function, and I do feel like my memory has improved. I feel like I am just like a lot sharper, and I feel like I'm able to retain information a lot better. Whereas I don't know, I think for a while, especially after I stopped drinking alcohol, I feel like I was like slowly starting to experience that, and I almost feel like I'm experiencing it a lot more, and it's really cool to be able to obviously retain information and memory. So I just wanted to end the video here really and kind of just say like, if you have been thinking about taking creatine, I think that I don't know, I personally think that everyone should take it. I think that there are so many benefits no matter what age you are. I know that you need to be 18 years and older to take it, but like even if you're like in an older age, like there are studies being done around Alzheimer's patients and dementia patients that are trying to see if like it helps memory at all. And I think that they've done studies now that have come out saying that there's been like a very maybe like 10 to 20% improvement in memory, which is like crazy. And I just think that, you know, if you strength train, if you run, if you whatever you do, if you're active, I think that you should be taking it because it truly has felt like it's helped my recovery so much, and it's just helped me feel overall so much stronger as an athlete and just as someone who loves to be active. And if you are specifically interested in Create, I do have a code that I will put on screen. It's an affiliate code because I do work with them, but I truly do love their creatine, and it is backed by science and it is third-party tested. I think out of all of the creatine gummies on the market that I've seen, they're just like constantly sharing about like their own like market research and what they look like against competitors and what they are doing to prove that like their creatine is legit. And I just feel like I've definitely seen results from it, and so I'm just going to continue to take my 3 gummies a day. But yeah, that is my little 3-month update, my 90 days of taking creatine, and I'm going to continue. So the next video will probably be at around the 6-month mark. But if you're enjoying this little series, please give the video a big thumbs up, comment below what sorts of videos you'd like to see from me, whether they're more strength training videos and more like about maybe like the gym side of my running journey, or you know, whatever it is, leave it in the comments. And do make sure that you subscribe because I come out with a new video every single week, and I will be coming out with another one next week. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.